What is going on, everybody? I'm Trey Herrera. For those who are new, I'm gonna give you guys a review on halo effects. 6 months ago, I sprayed my car with halo effects, and I just want to show you guys how it looks 6 months later after the summer, a little bit of fall, and some wintertime use. Now, for those of you who do not know what halo effects is a peelable paint. Pretty much, instead of getting a vinyl wrap, you can spray this stuff on and then it coats the car, protects the paint, all that kind of stuff. Much like Plasti dip, but on a little bit different. They use a little bit different materials than Plasti dip. So let's get in the video and let me show you what I got going on. Okay, so my overall impression of the halo effects is I really like it. There are a couple of downfalls to doing halo effects, but in my opinion, they could be overlooked, really. And a lot of it has to do with the installation portion of the halo effect. Now I'm gonna show you the car before I wash it, and then also after I wash it. Now, halo effects is a great alternative to vinyl wrap and or a full-on paint job. If I were to do it again, yes, I would do it again, but I would definitely take my time a little bit more and kind of practice the technique of spraying it on, because that is where the blemishes are. And it was more from me, not necessarily, I wasn't impatient, but I just didn't have the proper paint stroke. So this is how it looks right now before I wash it. It's really not that dirty. Really not that dirty. Just more a little dust here and there. But on camera, obviously on camera, it looks a lot better than in person. But this is the whole halo effects job. Now, if you have been following my channel for a while, the car is actually a gloss black. Under this, I mainly did the halo effects because number one is going to the meets or going to car shows, driving the car in general, it gets dinged up by people being careless. And if you're a car guy, you would understand this. Getting dinged up sucks. So I kind of just did this as a protective layer of some sort of protective layer of paint, and then I also didn't want to pay the price for an actual vinyl wrap. This was a lot easier, and then, you know, it kind of gets your creative juices flowing when you spray it and all that good stuff. Now, another thing to add is this car is mostly garage kept. So with that being said, it doesn't experience the same amount of elements that a lot of other cars are experiencing. That could play into the factors of how the halo effects is lasting. But so far so good. You know, this is a nice matte black. It's more of a satin, actually. Let's just go through it. This is how it looks after 6 months. Now, the main thing I really don't like is say you close the hood, and I don't know if you guys could see it or not, but it leaves fingerprints. So you have to be really mindful of putting force into closing the hood or like closing the door, whatever, that kind of thing. But overall, very low maintenance, very easy. Washing the car is easy, which I'm going to show you guys. I'll do a quick little montage of showing you how I wash the car. It's not like I would a normal paint job though. I don't really get super close with the power washer because it will pill it. Say the edges or whatever are a little bit thinner in that area, it will pill it. This particular paint job this particular halo effects was 2 gallons, and that's all you need. It is a very thin in substance, so when you're spraying it, they suggest 2 gallons. I did the whole 2 gallons, but I really feel like I probably could have got away with 1 gallon because each layer is so thin. With 1 gallon, probably like 15 layers, and that's the whole car pretty easily. Now, if you guys ever painted a car, usually like a gallon and a half will paint a whole car. and the consistency of the halo effects is about the same as standard paint. Just 1 gallon usually would pretty much cover it for the most part. Now they have several different options, and no, this is not a sponsored video. I did this all on my own. I just decided, you know, I wanted to switch things up, give it a little satin, and then I wouldn't care as much if it got dinged because I have a protective layer of paint over the car. Several options of paint for these, for the halo effects. So you could actually do a gloss series to where they send you a clear coat and you can wet sand and buff it, and it actually comes out glossy. I'll give you guys examples in the video here. I opted just to do the basic as cheap as possible just to get the car covered, but I think I will be redoing it at some point in the spring. Maybe do a flashy color on the car or something completely different than what it's been.
Satisfied with it for a while, and I wouldn't turn my nose up at it.
Alright guys, as you guys can see, this is how she looks after a quick spray down. We'll do a nice little wipe down once we get back to the house, and then you guys will be able to see every little blemish. But the cleaning is really easy. Doesn't take much, especially if you keep it clean. I'm a pretty big stickler about keeping my car clean, so. But yeah, this is what she looks like so far. Okay, this is how she looks right as we speak. You guys get a full-on walk around. Full-on walk around. No editing right here, nothing. But this is how she looks. Now overall, I'm really pleased with the overall outcome of the halo effects and how well it's lasted. The only thing I would not like, and this is 100% honest, is if it does scratch, you get like these kind of guys. See that? That is not ideal, but overall at first glance and everything, it's not perfect, but it's not terrible by any means. It is very easy to clean, as you guys seen how I cleaned it. It is very easy to upkeep. Now, the other downfall to the halo effects, I would say, is in the summertime. When this stuff heats up, it's very much so like Plasti dip, so it collects a little bit of a dust. But this in comparison to a Plasti dip, this cleans way easier than any of the Plasti dip I've ever worked with. So I definitely would choose this over Plasti dip. My personal experience with Plasti dip hasn't been the greatest. It's not that it's a bad product by any means. Don't take it as me bashing Plasti dip, but I definitely feel like Halo Effects is a lot better quality product and a lot easier to use. Now, would I do this again? Yes, I would do this again. I actually want to do it again, and just kind of switch up the color on the GTO here in the next couple months. But so far so good. For number one, the price. It's a great quality material. For number two is the fact that they sell a hardening kit that's still peelable to where you could wet sand it and shine it. That's another positive. And then the ease of cleaning. It did come out pretty good. Now, when I applied the coat to this car, it was a Harbor Freight $16 paint gun, and then one of our construction air compressors, and it did the job great. The main thing I would say is make sure you guys mask off really good. Whatever you don't want painted, mask it off. Now, it is very easy to peel. I wish I had something to peel right now so I could show you guys, but I don't. Overall, the quality of the Halo Effects is is top notch for sure. For what you get and the price point, I definitely think you can't beat it. Now, originally I was gonna do this stuff called auto dip on the car, but auto dip doesn't sell it by the gallon yet, so I end up trying the halo effects. I've seen a lot of good reviews online with people who've used it. A lot of the drift guys use it because they're beating on their cars quite a bit, but they still want them to look decent. So I figured it was a great alternative for me to use the halo effects on my car. Once again, let me reiterate, this is with mostly garage kept. It has seen a little bit of snow, nothing crazy, but 90% of the time this is in the garage. It has seen some rain and stuff, but this is garage kept. Now, I might have a different opinion if this was a car that sits outside quite a bit. So maybe I tried the same stuff on the BMW and then we'll go from there, and then I'll give you another honest review on them. But so far so good. So if you guys want to do this, I'll definitely put links in the description and everything so you guys could check out their website. Once again, this is not a sponsored video. This is just me giving you guys my honest opinion on the halo effect. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you guys are new, please subscribe to the channel. Let me know you guys like it. Hook me up with a thumbs up, and then we'll see you on the next video.
It's the time for games and it's the time to kill. Make up your mind, baby, cause the time is here.